All right.
Hi there. And here we are again, middle of February. This is Stir Crazy in the Kitchen Monday with the fabulous Roth Living giving us not only Lynn Thielen, my
Hello.
sidekick right here,
Yee.
a fabulous place to work in their kitchen, which is spectacular. You have to go see the whole showroom and the star, where we wouldn't even
The
have to go.
star.
He is the star.
Well,
Ben Davis, welcome
how,
everybody. Hi,
how are you? How are you?
I'm doing great. And
Good.
I think this is the end of President's Weekend.
Right? I think so. And, we've
Huh?
navigated the Super Bowl and
I
Valentine's
know.
Day. We've gotten through all of those things. And so
Whew.
now we're into that horrible time of year where we're just waiting for spring, right? We're
Right?
almost to the point where winter is like, okay, enough winter now.
I
Can we
had enough winter
Ah.
before it started.
I know. And like,
So,
especially, right? We just did like our Valentine's Day. Like, that was the fun. And now you're kind of,
right?
here we are for
Now
a while
what do you
now.
wait? I mean, what do you wait for now? It's like
Yeah.
Easter, I guess, would be the
Right.
next
That's so far.
next item on the horizon. But
Okay, that means lamb and asparagus. So
yeah,
let's
right.
do
Ooh.
chocolate.
Let's do chocolate. Let's do something you can do with your kids. Let's, I mean, it may be that time, like, who knows with, as we're still kind of coming finally out of COVID little by little by little by little, but we're still, probably wanting the kids to, get involved in the kitchen, have some fun in there. And this is obviously for them, it's exciting to just make something that they want to eat, right? You're not going to make Brussels sprouts with your kids and they're not going to get super excited about that. But so we're going to make a version of a brownie. We're going to make some homemade brownies today. Top them with some Rocky Road sort of toppings with some fresh walnuts and some chocolate chips and some mini marshmallows. So this would qualify as one of those dishes that made for good snacks while you were making it, right? You could nibble on all the ingredients while you were preparing the main
I think
thing.
when you
So.
say kid, it's marshmallow.
Right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Marshmallows and kids tend to go together. So, but this is very simple to put together. Do it with your kids and, just like, 35, 40 minutes, have it in the oven. And then, they'll just have to be patient waiting for it to cool so they can cut it. Because, I mean, I like my brownies to be fudgy. I'm not a big cake brownie kind of person.
Not either.
So I like it to be super chocolatey, super fudgy. So I think this will fit the bill nicely for that.
Ooh, show us how.
Ooh.
All right, so let's get started with it, and it's a little different when we're doing. We're going to use two different forms of chocolate in the base for our brownies. We're going to use cocoa, right? So we're going to use regular cocoa powder, and then we're going to add some finely chopped unsweetened baking chocolate to that as well. So kind of a step that maybe you haven't done before, but we're going to do that quickly. We're going to take our cocoa, about 3 tablespoons, put it into a bowl that will hold all the ingredients, right? And then to that, we're going to add some water that we just boiled. Only going to add about 1/4 of a cup of boiling water, plus just a little bit extra, like an extra tablespoon or so of boiling water. Right? We're going to pour that over our cocoa, kind of just activate it a little bit, get it nice and smooth, stir it with a whisk. And then while this is still warm, we're going to take our finely chopped unsweetened chocolate. We're going to add that to it. And we're just going to stir that until it's completely melted. And we want to get that completely blended in to make the base for the brownie itself. All right. So just no lumps, right? No lumps allowed at this point. So again, good lesson for your kids to learn, just to make sure they stir it completely, get it nice and smooth, nice and creamy looking. And once you have that, right, now you're just going to add the remainder of your wet ingredients. So we're going to start with, we have two forms of, we got some melted butter here. We're going to add some melted butter. And then we're going to add some vegetable oil. And then a little bit of vanilla extract. And just stir that until it it's going to look broken. It's going to look like there's this oily kind of top to it, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. All right. So now we've kind of cooled down the chocolate just a little bit and the butter, right? So now we're safe to add a couple of whole eggs.
Does it have to cool long?
No, literally just the stirring motion and adding these other ingredients are enough to not
Okay.
scramble your eggs. So then stir it and it'll start to thicken a little bit and it'll take on a much more consistent texture, right? Like that. It's going to just, so now sugar, right? So just granulated sugar, about 1.25 cups. Now we're going to just stir that in till it's just completely blended. You can see how quickly this will go together. And just give it a quick little whisking, you know, about 30 seconds or so. So there we've got our base, right? Our chocolate is all nice and smooth, everything blended in. So a little bit of all-purpose flour, just about 3/4 cup. Obviously, pinch of iodized salt.
Question.
Yes.
You don't have to sift flour in any of these recipes.
You really
right?
don't need to, especially now with you're going to whisk this till it's combined. It's nice and smooth, right? You're not leaving streaks of flour in this, so you're going to get it blended in. You really don't need to sift it.
I lost my sifter.
Right?
And I hate to have to buy another one.
Right. Well, and you know, if you're living in the southern part of the United States, a lot of times you used to get the little weevils in your flour.
Oh,
so you
yeah.
sifted it to get the bugs out, right? That was really one of the other reasons for sifting flours, because you didn't want those little foreign invaders in your flour. So
I didn't know that.
Not quite as much anymore.
I'm
Right?
glad.
I know.
Okay.
I'm like,
So I've got a 9x9 baking pan, right? And I've sprayed it with a little cooking spray, and then I just cut a piece of parchment paper and laid it across the bottom, right? Just across the bottom of it. You don't need to spray that one, just to spray the pan itself. So we're going to pour the batter in, and we've preheated an oven, 350 degrees.
This is also easy.
What's that?
This is so easy.
It is
I
very
could
easy.
do it. Forget the kids.
No, you don't even have to go and get the Duncan Hines mix or whatever from the supermarket. You don't need to do that. You can literally put it together as long as you have the ingredients
Right.
in the house, right? So we're going to bake this for half an hour.
I think the two of us could make a really good kids cookbook together. Yeah, it's our level.
Probably too good for us, but okay.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put Brussels sprouts in it either.
Oh, you wouldn't put. Well, that's. I'm sure there's a lot of kids who would appreciate that.
That's why I would do it.
So once it's baked for half an hour, right? You can test it at that point, but you're going to put it back in the oven. So once it's finished, it's half an hour. We're going to top it with, here's some of those mini marshmallows. We've got some chopped walnuts. If your kids don't like walnuts, you can skip the nuts, I suppose, if you want. And then we've just got some chocolate chips that we're going to put in there as well. So just mix this topping mix together. Once the brownies have baked for the first half an hour, spread the topping mix on, pop it back into the oven for just a few minutes, anywhere from 7 to 12 minutes or so, just until the marshmallows start to melt a little bit. Everything looks nice. And then you end up with something that looks just like that, right?
A lot of kids today seem to be allergic to nuts, so you could easily do it with
You can easily omit the walnuts. That's right. And you may need to, certainly depending on your dietary restrictions that you have.
How many can you eat? How fast?
That's right. That's right.
Should we start a timer?
Gonna separate that a little bit from the side of the pan, and then we'll just cut a nice.
Ooh, gooey.
I know. I'm like, I can see it.
the hardest one to get out is obviously the
The
first one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But then you
That's
have
true.
that nice, then you
Ooh.
have your,
Oh, does that look yummy?
so this is
Mhm.
great. You know, you're definitely going to need a nice big glass of milk to go with this,
Yeah.
right? You're not gonna
Yeah.
be, right? So
And
there we
this
go,
is
guys.
easy
Yeah.
enough that if the kids make them, it's even more special.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly, right? So a gooey mess, but you know, if you want the topping to be a little firmer, just pop it in the fridge for a few minutes. It's definitely good to let it cool. You can definitely see how nice the brownie's, nice and chewy brownie underneath with
Mm.
all those lovely toppings on it. So,
You
you know,
get to
just
lick
something
your
fun for the
fingers.
kids to do. No, I'm not on TV, so no.
Oh, that's fun.
It's
Oh,
You
but
have
amazing.
to
something really
remember,
fun.
I once cooked, so I know you want to lick your fingers.
That's right. That's right.
You know what, Ben? You are absolutely awesome. And
Thank
what
you.
a great fun thing. And there might be kids home today and have nothing to do, and there you are.
Yeah, there we go.
And
They can
you and
knock
I can
themselves
make
out.
them, but at least we can eat them.
Yep.
Stop the
Yes.
joke.
Yes. Until I get that motivation and inspiration, we have been.
Anyway, thank you
Been that
all.
way for about
All right.
3 years.
All right.
I wish I could too. But please remember to like and subscribe to stircrazyinthekitchen.com. You can watch new shows and get new recipes every Monday on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and right at stircrazy.com. Thank you all. Have a great
Right.
week.
Have a
Love
lovely
you,
week.
Lynn. Love you, Ben.
Thanks,
And
Gabby.
Bye.
Ben, happy birthday. Much
Thank
love.
you.